what's happening? So today I want to talk about, should you go to college or not, right? 2021, 2022, forever in the future. And what I believe is that, first of all, college should be less expensive, right? So it should be less expensive for the degree that you want to get. So I do not think that they should blanket all classes at the same flat rate of however many, credits. 3 credits is, $600, whatever it is. I think that's BS. What they should actually do is look at the ROI, so the return of investment that you're going to be making, on the degree that you want to get. For example, if I want to get an engineering degree, right, the average salary after 5 years after college is, let's say, 80, 85K, whatever it is, right? Then you would compare the ratio of how much that you spent on college, how much loan debt that you have, compared to somebody that's going to be for example, even though I think it's a cool job, a teacher. Now, I'm not a teacher, but I think that it would be fun, being a teacher, maybe a high school teacher, if you're cool. You're cool, some people aren't cool. Now, they have the exact same debt for the exact same time in college, but they are only making 50K. Right? So over 5 years, the student loan debt, they should have that ratio, right? So you need to figure out, okay, is the ROI, you need to be realistic. And I know that you're young, dude, and it freaking sucks. Because it's a difficult decision, and especially if you're using somebody else's money. Are you taking out loans? Are you going to be working? Lots of different things. So I think the first thing to do is to look at what degree you want. And I don't even care if it's an art degree, right? Because that's cool, but I do think that they need to change the rate on that. Now, if you are going to get a degree that is not going to make as much money as, like I said, an engineer, I do think that you should try out just a local state college. It's cool too. Unless you want the friends, you want the dorm. I did all that. I went to the dorm. It was awesome. If you want all that, you got to figure out what you want and what you want out of it. So if your friends are going to college, right, and they're going to stay in the dorms and they're going to have fun, dude, do that. Go and do that. Now, you need to know, hey, I'm going to be drinking, I'm going to be partying, I'm going to be having a good time, all my friends. Dude, it's awesome, man. And I'm not saying, I'm not some angel to say, don't do, some silly stuff when you're young. But what I am saying is you need to think, okay, I'm going to be staying in the dorm, I'm going to be partying, yes, but if I'm going to be spending more money, I need to get a degree that is going to be worthwhile, right? So I need to realize, okay, yes, I want the dorm experience, I want the party, the party atmosphere, I want to do all this, but I need to pick a decent degree. You don't have to be a lawyer or a doctor. I mean, dude, hell, business is still good. I'm in tech. You could, tech is always good. I love tech. You could be a lawyer, you could be a doctor. There's so many things. You could set yourself up with an art degree if you plan it out ahead, right? So my advice for, should you go to school? Yes, I think that you need to look at friends. You need to look at what they're doing and what you want. So if your friends are going to the dorm, yes, I never think that it's a bad idea. You're gonna party and you're gonna drink and stuff. Dude, yeah, but you only get that one time. Like, that's it. You get one time when you're young and all your friends, and God, it was the best time of my life. Now, it also had some of the worst times, right? I wouldn't say worst times in my life, but some of the worst times, just relatively speaking. I'm 28, so 10 years ago, my life now is, hey, my truck's paid off, I'm living good, I can go out and go on vacation if I want, I've got some money in my pocket, I'm going to work, started a business, and I'm still actually in school now, but it's not like that. It's strictly for the arena which I already work, so it's easier for me to go to school because I'm also doing things 40 hours a week, plus learning things in school that are relative to what I do in my career. Now, you're gonna have some bad times. Yeah, you're gonna meet some people, maybe get your heart broken, blah, blah, blah. Never drive drunk, right? That's probably the number one thing, and never get in the car with somebody that's drunk, right? So there are a lot of things on campus, at least, you know, large school campuses. You know, I went to the University of Kansas, Holler, Rock Chalk. I went there, and they had a whole bus system, and then they had this thing called Safe Ride, where you could call them, you use your student ID, they'll come pick you up, and I think a couple, maybe 3 people or whatever it is. I don't know if they needed, maybe they needed a school ID, or maybe just one guest, I don't know. You'll have to look into it, but then they would take you, and you get that, you know, once a night, and then they would take you, let's say, home. So what my friends did is we were like, all right, dude, let's either hop on the bus, right, and go to the place where we want to hang out, chill with our friends, go party, do your thing, and then we'd get Safe Ride home, free. Because colleges understand that that's what you're gonna do, and they're not stupid by any means. I mean, dude, they have been on campus, what, I mean, University of Kansas, I think 1800s, whatever it is. I mean, long time. They understand that, and now I think it's such a great time to go because there are these things set in place, there are these provisions set in place, there are these safety precautions set in place for you to be able to have your fun as a kid and to be safe while doing it, right? There's no reason to drive drunk. I mean, dude, I don't even do it after a couple beers now. Like, I have 2 beers, I'm like, dude, if I know I'm driving, I'm done. It's just simple as that. I'm not gonna do it. And getting in the car with somebody that's drunk, I'm like, I would rather sit somewhere else, hang out. You've got your phone, you've got all the means. Hell, dude, I have walked